Good evening, retail traders. The market is closed and I want to go over a trade that we did today. This is the sneaky snake trading strategy where we talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. So today the SPX, we called this one out yesterday and had a real good trade on it. But today I want to show you the pattern that got us into this trade. It's one of my favorite kind of trades, and I'm going to tell you two reasons why it got me excited right at open, and then where we bought the entry at. So many times I talk about the three white soldiers, and I also talk about the 200 SMA, and I also talk about a triple bottom. I mention them about every day. So right at open here, we've got the flag that was presented to us, and we come out with these three soldiers. 1, 2, 3. We had three black crows with three white soldiers, and I called this trade out right at open. So it started to form a flag, and I always tell people to wait before a pattern is formed before you decide to go ahead and get into the trade. Well, these three white soldiers right in here told me that's basically three big candles. And usually when you have three big candles, you have a little pullback. Three big candles, and then you decide what's the next one. You have a little pullback off that soldier. I found out that that's maybe could be a leading indicator that you're going to have a big run for the rest of the day. So I charted this thing out, and I mentioned the room. We got a double top here, and we're going to come back and we're going to pull back again, and we're going to see if we can create a double bottom off the 200 SMA. Well, it created the double bottom, and then it bounced up, and then it created the triple bottom and hit the 200 SMA. So this is when I called the trade out today. And I drew a trend line for the ones that didn't see the pattern of the triple bottom, that maybe we would break out of that trend right here and then have a breakout. So this is a bear flag, but we hit the 200 SMA. Once we broke out of it, I always say if you miss the trade, wait for it to come back and hit the top part of that trend line that come off them first two candles. And bam, boy, she nailed that right there. And that gave you another chance to get into the trade. And then it retested that double bottom, and boom, the rest of the day was off to the races. Well, I definitely jumped in the trade down here off the 200 SMA, and it ran out, ran up. We got in it at 120 at the lowest possible support of the day, and it ran up to $1,600 with a triple top up here on the very top. It was an easy trade all day long, and I just kept calling it out, especially when we got in here. I sold it and I got back in, and within minutes, man, I was up here to $1,300. I'm going, yeah. So that's the SPX. Remember the triple bottom when it right out of the gate, and if that hits the 200 SMA, that's a strong buy. And the way to flag the breakout is to draw that trend line on the downtrend. Once it hits that triple bottom, watch it break out past resistance. And like I said, everybody knows that trades with me. I always tell them be patient. It's going to come back and hit that trend line, created a double bottom, and the rest of the day was just smooth sailing. I've charted over 2 million charts, and I've been trading for over 20 years. So I recognize this over and over and over and over and over again. Just learn to take them triple bottoms on the SPX at open. Make sure it breaks out, pulls back, boom. Pattern, breakout, pull back, boom, for the rest of the day. And the same thing happened yesterday. Let me show you. Here's yesterday, triple bottom, the lowest possible entry in the trade, the triple bottom. I've seen more triple bottoms in 6 months than I've seen in 19 years of trading. I've seen more triple bottoms in 6 months than I've seen in the 19 years of trading. And I called this trade out too. I said triple bottom, baby. Ran up and run it into the 200, and it went up a couple $100, $300 a contract on this trade alone. I think it might have been 400 yesterday. Then she pulls back and hits that 200 again. Scalp it back up. But that triple bottom, the lowest possible entry of the day. Again. Yep, we didn't have one the day before. But that's it. Just kind of remember that strategy. The triple bottom. When you draw the triple bottom out like this, draw that trend line across. As long as you have lower lows, lower highs, take and draw that triple, like just like that. Catch it on the third top. She pulls back a little bit, just like planned, and then boom, runs up and hits the 200 SMA. And again, that's another triple bottom. Charted the same way I charted that one earlier. Right here. Same exact way. That's it. SPX. If you were following this trade today, you could have got in at 120 and sold it at $1,600. Have a great day, retail traders. Sneak snake trading strategy.